Hey y'all, cooking, cutting up, keeping it real. Excuse me. I'm just having a cold coffee and getting ready to get some supper started. So I thought I'd come live to y'all and share. Let me get my apron on. Beef tips. That's what I want to talk about is beef tips. I love beef tips, and in our area, Pete's Grill's got about the best recipe for beef tips that I have ever personally eaten. But me and Cookie getting ready to throw down on some beef tips, aren't we, girl? Okay. Let me make myself a space here for working without throwing anything in the floor. Okay, beef tips. Let me pull y'all closer. Here we go. There we go. Okay. I apologize for you having to see the back side of me, but I'm going to have to get started here so I can get this ready for supper time. And I have 2 pounds of beef tips. Let's see. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these beef tips and put them in this hot, it's getting hot, skillet. Let me find my scissors and I will show y'all what I'm doing. Let me make sure you can see. Okay, you can if I get out of the way. Get out the way, get out the way. Beef tips. I'm going to try my best to copycat the recipe that Pete's Grill has just by taste. And to me, I get Worcestershire, I got soy sauce, and I've got some cream of mushroom soup laid out too in case I need it. I'm not sure I'm going to use the cream of mushroom soup. I want to see how much liquid I can create just by doing, I put in about 3 or 4 tablespoons of vegetable oil. I'm going to go ahead and put my beef tips in. Drain the excess blood off of them. And I'm going to give them a sear. I had these in the freezer, so I have thawed them. Oh, no. No, ma'am. I know you want to run away with that, but no. Okay. Let me bring y'all over here closer. Watch out, girl. You right up under me. Let me adjust the camera so y'all can see. Okay. Okay, I've got the light on. Beef tips. I'm going to take these and I'm going to sear them. Been watching Rocky. I love Rocky. I'm going to take out some all-purpose flour. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to toss some flour in there. Just a sprinkle or so. And I'm going to turn the heat up to high and give these a sear, and that will also brown the flour that I put in here. Normally I do beef tips in the crock pot, but I didn't get started early enough today to do them in the crock pot, so this is plan number 2. Okay, I'm going to add some salt and pepper. Smells good, doesn't it, Cookie Girl? About a teaspoon. You can add more later. You just don't want to over salt at the beginning. About a teaspoon of pepper. I'm also going to add some garlic powder and some onion salt. About a tablespoon of each of those. There's a tractor going down our driveway and the dog is having a fit. Cook! Come see me. Come see me. Garlic powder. I'm going to scrape to the bottom and get all that ooey gooey stuff that I can. Incorporate it as well. And while this is giving us a sear, I'm going to go ahead and add some soy sauce, about a fourth a cup. And I got to find my Worcestershire. My Worcestershire sauce. Cook, if you were working Worcestershire sauce, where would you be? I'm just asking for a friend, Cook. I'm going to put about a fourth to a half a cup of this, of the Worcestershire sauce. That was more like a fourth. And I'm going to give these a stir. And again, I'm stirring to the bottom because I want all that pot liquor that I can muster to stay in this meat. Now I'm going to give this a little taste to see what I need to add. I'm just tasting the pot liquor right now. Red pepper. I'm going to put about a half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes in here. And again, I can add more of that later if it's not hot to my liking. Now, to this pot, I'm going to add about a cup of water. I know this is a Cool Whip container, but I'm eyeballing some water, about a cup, because I don't want my meat to get dry. And then I'm going to give it a good stir here all the way to the bottom. And I'm going to cut this heat down to medium. And I'm going to find me a lid. And I'm going to cover it. Now, before I forget it, I'm going to use, let's see. I'm going to use a little bit of wine in this recipe as well. You don't have to use wine. If you're not a wine drinker, it's okay. But I am going to This is a bottle of red that I got from the Country Squire in Warsaw, North Carolina. And what, Cookie, this is hot, honey. This is hot stuff, girl, hot stuff. And I'm going to taste a little bit of this so I can remember. Yeah, this has more of a Merlot finish, so I'm going to pour about a fourth a cup of Merlot in there. And I'm going to have some to sip while this is simmering. clove, a little bit of clump of a garlic that I'm going to fish out of there. Did not want to dissolve all the way. And I'm going to serve this over mashed potatoes for dinner tonight. And I'm going to leave this out in case I need to thicken something. I'm going to leave this out in case I need to add more sauce. And I'm not going to use the cream of mushroom soup that I had laid out. So beef tips, you can put it over rice. You can put it over, excuse me, get down. You can put it over egg noodles, or you can put it over cream potatoes. It'd be delicious. We're going to have this, cream potatoes. I'll post a picture of it. And we're going to have fresh corn out the field. That's our plan. Hey there, Susan and Sugar Cookie just left the room. She thinks she owns this place. And she probably does. Anyway, that's what I'm doing in my kitchen today. I appreciate y'all watching and following along. Let me see what y'all are saying. In the past, I ended up in top of cooked it on the stovetop. You're cooking. Oh, you're so sweet, Kim. Kim, I usually cook mine in my crock pot. And, you know, it's always foolproof in the crock pot because it always has enough moisture and all that if you give it enough moisture. But with this, I'm going to cook it on low for about, let's see, it's 4:40, for about 35 minutes. And then I'm going to check it for doneness and I'm going to taste it. I don't like to overcook my beef. So if it's to medium, then that's what I'm going to go with. Let's see. Hey, Kathy. Kathy said it looks yummy. Kim says, I do too. Yes. How can I buy a cookbook? Oh, Joan, the online store is not open right now. So, private message me and I will answer that. That'll be the easiest way to answer it. So, private message me on Facebook and we'll answer all that for you. Hey there, dinner looks yummy. Well, thank you, Tracy. I appreciate that. And hey, from Ireland. Mary, I'm so honored that you're watching. I appreciate it. Let's see, Patty. What are you cooking? Beef tips that I'm simmering. I started out with 2 pounds of beef tips. I drained the excess blood off of them. And then I put them in about 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil and on high. And then I stirred in some flour to thicken it and to give those meat, you know, kind of some substance. And then I've put garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper, a 1/4 cup of red wine. And what else did I put in here? Oh, I put a 1/4 cup of Worcestershire and about a 1/4 cup of soy sauce. And that's what I'm going with for tonight. Love watching you. Well, thank you, Yvonne. I appreciate that so much. You have no idea how much I appreciate it. Wish I was having dinner with you. Linda, I wish you were too, girl. But anyway, I'll show pictures of this. I'll put it in my story, in my comments, and I'll put it underneath this feed in my comments. And I'll probably post a picture of the plate on the Insta page that'll also be posted to this page so you can see how it turns out. I know it's kind of hard to watch somebody cook from start to finish when you're talking about something of length, having to really cook. So anyway, that's what I'm doing in my kitchen tonight. I hope y'all have a wonderful Saturday night, and everybody on Saturday, we're making beef tips. I'll see y'all guys later. Take care and enjoy your dinner time. Bye now. Hey y'all, cooking, cutting up, keeping it real. I'm back. Let me grab these carrots. I have realized that the Cookie Monster is a carrot eater. Can y'all see her? Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. That's my good girl. Anyway, I have found a new treat for the Cookie Monster, and I have found a new recipe for beef tips. A lot of you are asking what cut of meat that I was using. It is beef tips. They're already cut up. That's what I'm going to have for supper tonight, so I wanted to do a little Lisa's leftovers so y'all can shoot me the questions and I can shoot you the answers. I put some Worcestershire, some soy sauce, some flour, some garlic powder, onion powder, salt and pepper, and a little bit of red wine. And they are simmering, and it smells like beef tip heaven up in here. Oh, and some red pepper. I'm trying to mimic a recipe that I eat every time I go for lunch at Pete's Grill in Gibsonville, North Carolina. I ordered the beef tips because I think they're delicious. and they serve theirs over rice or over potatoes. And I'm going to serve mine over potatoes for tonight's meal. And I'm hoping that my sister-in-law and brother are going to come and play rook. We love to play rook. It's our entertainment. It's cheap, and it's always fun. Even if I lose, it's fun. Anyway, so if anybody has questions about the beef tips that was just posted, I would be happy to answer any of those. And Cookie Monster is, there she is. Yeah, can you say hey? Say hey. Okay, well, get your toy. Where's your toy? Anyway, beef tips, that's what we're talking about. Let's see. I'm trying to message you. Okay, John, well, private message me. Janet usually checks all those, and I will get that as soon as I can. My hair looks a mess, but anyway, thank you, Lisa. I think she's cute, too. I decided to have a glass of wine while I was putting wine in my beef tips. So, anyway, that's what I'm doing. Lordy, I haven't seen it yet, but we'll check it out. Rita, I just decided that I was going to cook, and so I took the meat out of the freezer probably about an hour ago and put it under hot water and got them thawed good. And so I've got them in the pot on top of the stove. I usually do all of my beef tips in the crock pot, but tonight I didn't have time to use the crock pot because I decided at the last minute I was going to do this. Last minute for me is 3 hours prior, just so you know. And Kim is saying hey to Cookie. She is such a mess. She's been barking a lot this afternoon because there's heavy equipment going up and down my driveway and up and down and up and down. Yeah, so she's been keeping me awake even though I wanted to rest for a little while. Anyway, beef tips. If you have questions about the beef tips, please put those in comments. I'm happy to answer them and guide you the best way I know how. Thaw meat in cold water. Brenda, I ain't sure what you're talking about, but I thawed mine in hot water that came out of the spigot, and I do that quite often. So, you know, to each his own. If you want to use cold water, you can use cold water, but I don't. I go ahead and put it on hot water and get them thawed quick so I can get something on the table for supper so I can relax at some point. Anyway, are you going to serve the beef tips over rice? No, I'm going to use cream potatoes. I've got some rice, and I like rice okay, but I'm not one of those people that just loves rice all the time. We're definitely meat and potato kind of family. Cook. When she gets quiet, I get a little concerned about what she's doing. What are you doing? What you doing? Come here and get a carrot. She likes these carrots, y'all. Sit down. Sit. Sit down. That's my girl. Good girl. Anyway, that's what I'm doing in my kitchen. I'm happy to share. And I will see you guys a little later. Me and Cookie are going to watch Rocky 2 while we cook supper. Right, Cook? I should have named her Adrian. I just love that name. Maybe my children will name one of my granddaughters Adrian. Wouldn't that be awesome, Cookie? Wouldn't that be awesome? I have full conversations with the dog these days. Anyway, cooking, cutting up, keeping it real. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Have a wonderful Saturday evening. Bye now.